Church of St. Peter the Apostle, Église Saint-Pierre Apôtre, is located at 430 Rue Sainte-Catherine-Est, Montreal, Quebec. It is one of the oldest Catholic churches in the city, built between 1851 and 1853. The architect was Victor Burgo, known for his works in the Neo-Gothic style. The building is made in the typical Neo-Gothic style, with pointed arches, tall, narrow windows with stained glass, and a vertically elongated silhouette. The interior is richly decorated with carved wooden elements and traditional Catholic symbols. The main facade of the church faces St. Catherine Street, one of the main thoroughfares of Montreal. Initially, the church was used for Catholic services and remained the center of spiritual life for Catholics in the area. However, over time, the building acquired other social functions. The church houses the Chapel of Hope, Chapelle de l'Espoir, dedicated to the memory of the victims of AIDS. This has made the temple not only a religious place, but also an important cultural and social place, supporting initiatives to combat the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Today, the church continues to function as a parish church, serving the Catholic community, and also organizes various social events, musical concerts, and social initiatives. The building, known as the Gare Hotel Vig, was built by the Canadian Pacific Railway between 1896 and 1898 to designs by architect Bruce Price, also known for the Chateau Frontenac. It was the first building in Canada to combine a railway station and a hotel. Between 1939 and 1950, the building was used by the Government of Canada to house various military services and veterans. Since 1955, it has served the administrative needs of the City of Montreal. The building has now been converted into Place Gare Viger, a mixed-use urban complex combining residential and commercial spaces, including offices, restaurants, and contemporary residential units. The building's architectural style is typical of the chateau style of the late 19th century, giving it particular historical and cultural value in the context of Montreal. The building, known as the Gilles Hocard building, Edifice Gilles Hocard, is a historic complex consisting of 3 parts built in different periods. The original Maison Jaudoin was built on this site in 1871. In 1910, the former École des Hautes Études Commerciales, HEC, in Montreal was added. A modern extension was added later. The building is named after Gilles Hocard, the 14th Intendant of New France, who played an important role in preserving the documents of the French regime. It stands out for its imposing presence on the Place de la Viguière, a prestigious place for the French-speaking bourgeoisie in the early 20th century. The building's architectural style combines elements typical of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, reflecting the transition from Victorian architecture to more modern trends. Unfortunately, specific information about the architects who designed the various parts of the complex is not provided in the available sources. Initially, the building served educational purposes, housing the School of Higher Commercial Studies. Subsequently, its functions changed, and currently it is used for the administrative needs of the Government of Quebec. Currently, the Gilles Hocard building serves administrative and research functions. One of the most impressive details of the interior is the luxurious staircase, dividing into 2 symmetrical branches that rise along the walls and are connected by passages between floors. This architectural solution not only decorates the space, but also provides convenient access to the different levels of the library. Each floor is a separate section where valuable historical documents are stored. In its central part, there is a historical library with archival documents. The main room is a spacious atrium space surrounded by several levels of galleries. In the center, there are numerous desks with lamps, creating an atmosphere comfortable for reading and working. With this combination of classical architecture and modern functionality, the building remains an important cultural landmark in Montreal, combining historical heritage with an educational mission. Rene Levesque is a prominent Quebec politician known as the founder and first leader of the Parti Québécois, PQ. He played a key role in promoting the idea of Quebec's sovereignty and holding the 1980 referendum on independence for the province. Key facts about Rene Levesque. Years of life, 1922-1987. Positions. Premier of Quebec, 1976-1985. His government carried out many reforms, including the protection of the French language, Act 101. Minister of Natural Resources, 1960-1966. Under his leadership, Quebec's hydroelectric power was nationalized, which led to the creation of Hydro-Quebec in its current form. Rene Levesque is one of the most significant politicians in the history of Quebec, a symbol of the national movement and the struggle for autonomy for the French-speaking population. His government strengthened the French language in Quebec and modernized the province's economy. The monument stands next to a street named after him, highlighting his importance to the province. Montreal's Chinatown, also known as Chinatown, began to take shape in the 1890s when the first Chinese immigrants, mostly from Guangdong province, settled in the area after helping build the railways. Chinatown's architecture combines traditional Chinese elements with North American styles. Characteristic features include pie fangs, decorative arches that adorn the entrances to the neighborhood. Montreal's Chinatown is unique in Canada for having 4 such gates. Located in the city center, Chinatown occupies the area around Rue de la Gauchetière, between Boulevard Saint-Laurent and Rue Saint-Urbain. The area is a popular destination for tourists and locals alike, thanks to its many restaurants offering Cantonese, Sichuan, and Vietnamese cuisine, as well as shops selling Asian goods. It is interesting to note that before the Chinese community arrived, the area was home to Jewish immigrants from Eastern Europe, adding layers of history to the place. Montreal Chinatown not only preserves the cultural heritage of the Chinese community, but also actively participates in the city's social life, hosting exhibitions and events that highlight the area's rich history and contribution to Montreal. Chinatown is thus an integral part of Montreal's cultural and architectural landscape, reflecting the city's history of immigration and cultural exchange. Olivier Chenier was one of the leaders of the Patriot Rebellion of 1837-38 in Lower Canada, present-day Quebec. He was a physician and an active participant in the struggle for the rights of French Canadians against British colonial rule. During the rebellion, he commanded the Patriots at the Battle of Saint-Eustache on December 14, 1837. British troops suppressed the rebellion, and Chenier died in battle. For supporters of the Quebec independence movement, he became a symbol of resistance and national identity. A statue of him was erected in Montreal in honor of his role in the struggle for democratic rights for French Canadians. Saint-Jacques Catholic Church. Originally built in 1825, it served as Montreal's cathedral until 1852. The building suffered from fires several times and was rebuilt until it was partially demolished in 1973. The remaining parts, including the spire and transept, were integrated into the Pavillon Judith Jasmine of the Université du Québec à Montreal, UQAM. Saint-Jacques Church was built in the Neo-Gothic style and served as a place of Catholic worship. Inside were traditional elements of a Catholic church, such as an altar, stained glass windows, and seating for parishioners. Today, the remaining architectural elements serve as a reminder of the rich history of the site and its importance to the local community. It is University of Quebec in Montreal, UQAM. It is a vibrant place where various cultural events and activities take place throughout the year, attracting students and citizens. Place Pasteur serves as a public space for relaxation, meetings, and events, promoting cultural exchange and social activity in the university community. The architectural style of the square combines modern elements with historical features, reflecting the rich cultural heritage of Montreal. The square features a bust of Louis Pasteur, a French chemist and microbiologist known for his discoveries in microbiology and the development of pasteurization. This bust recognizes his contributions to science, and serves as a reminder of the importance of scientific achievement.